Next is a joint declaration of intent regarding the cooperation in the field of prevention of marine litter. This will be exchanged on the German side by Mr. Jochen Flassbarth, Parliamentary State Secretary, Ministry for Environment, Nature Conservation and Nuclear Safety, and on the Indian side by Shri Durga Shankar Mishra, Secretary, Ministry of Housing and Urban Affairs. The fifth document is a joint declaration of intent for joint cooperation in research and development on artificial intelligence. This will be exchanged on the German side by Ms. Anja Karliczek, Minister of Education and Research, and on the Indian side by Professor Ashutosh Sharma, Secretary, Department of Science and Technology. Apart from these agreements, the following 11 agreements/MOUs were signed and exchanged on the sidelines of the visit. Number one is implementing arrangement for exchange of personnel between Indian Space Research Organization and the German Aerospace Center. Number two is a joint declaration of intent on cooperation in the field of civil aviation. Next, joint declaration of intent on cooperation within the International Smart Cities Network. Number four is also a joint declaration of intent between cooperation in the field of skills development and vocational education and training. Number five is a declaration of intent on strengthening economic cooperation in the field of startups. Number six is a joint declaration of intent on the establishment of bilateral cooperation projects regarding agriculture market development. Number seven is a memorandum of understanding in the field of occupational diseases, rehabilitation, and vocational training of insured persons and workers with disabilities. Number eight is a memorandum of understanding for cooperation in inland, coastal, and maritime technology. Number nine, memorandum of understanding to promote, establish, and expand scientific and technological research cooperation. Number 10, MOU on establishment of an academic collaboration in Ayurveda, yoga, and meditation. Number 11, addendum to the Memorandum of Understanding between India and Germany on cooperation in the field of higher education for extension of the period of Indo-German partnership in higher education. MOU between National Institute of Agricultural Extension Management and the German Agricultural Agency in the city of Nuremberg on collaboration in agricultural, technical, and professional training. Number 13 is a joint declaration of intent between Siemens Limited India, the Ministry of Skill Development and Entrepreneurship, and the German Ministry for Economic Cooperation and Development on skills for sustainable growth. Number 14 is a MOU on the extension of Indo-German partnership in higher education. Number 15 is a memorandum of understanding regarding cooperation between the National Museum, the National Gallery of Modern Art, the Indian Museum, Kolkata, the Prussian Cultural Heritage Foundation, and the Stiftung Humboldt Forum in Berliner Schloss. Number 16 is a memorandum of understanding between All India Football Federation and Deutscher Fußball-Bund. And number 17 is a statement of intent on the key elements of the Indo-German Migration and Mobility Partnership Agreement. I thank you for your patience. Excellencies, this concludes the agreement exchange ceremony. I now request the spokesperson of the Ministry of External Affairs to conduct the proceedings.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. I welcome you all to this press event. To begin the proceedings, may I request the Honorable Prime Minister of India, Shri Narendra Modi ji, to deliver his statement to the press.
Chancellor Dr. Merkel, जर्मन डेलीगेशन के सम्मानित सदस्यगण, मंत्रिमंडल के मेरे सहयोगीगण, फ्रेंड्स, नमस्कार, गुटेन टाग। चांसलर डॉक्टर मर्केल और उनके डेलीगेशन का भारत में हार्दिक स्वागत करते हुए मुझे बहुत प्रसन्नता हो रही है। चांसलर मर्केल को जर्मनी और यूरोप ही नहीं बल्कि विश्व की लंबे समय तक सेवा करने वाले प्रमुख नेताओं में गिना जाता है। मुझे गर्व है और खुशी भी कि वे भारत की और मेरी भी एक परम मित्र हैं। पिछले लगभग 1.5 दशक से चांसलर के रूप में उन्होंने भारत जर्मनी संबंधों को प्रगाढ़ करने में महत्वपूर्ण योगदान दिया है। इसके लिए मैं उनके प्रति आभार व्यक्त करता हूँ। आज हमारे बीच इंटर गवर्नमेंटल कंसल्टेशंस की 5वीं बैठक हुई। हर 2 साल के अंतराल पर होने वाली ऐसी 3 बैठकों में चांसलर मर्केल के साथ भाग लेने का मुझे सौभाग्य मिला है। इस अनूठी मैकेनिज्म से हर क्षेत्र में हमारा सहयोग और भी गहरा हुआ है। आज जिन समझौतों आदि पर हस्ताक्षर हुए हैं वे इस बात का प्रतीक है। मुझे बहुत खुशी है कि भारत और जर्मनी के बीच हर क्षेत्र में, खासतौर पर न्यू एंड एडवांस टेक्नोलॉजी में दूरगामी और स्ट्रेटेजिक कोऑपरेशन बढ़ाने में आगे बढ़ रहा है। फ्रेंड्स, सन 2022 में स्वतंत्र भारत 75 वर्ष का होगा। तब तक हमने न्यू इंडिया के निर्माण का लक्ष्य रखा है। इस बहुआयामी प्रयास में भारत की प्राथमिकताओं और आवश्यकताओं के लिए जर्मनी जैसे टेक्नोलॉजिकल और इकोनॉमिक पावर हाउस की क्षमताएं उपयोगी होगी। इसलिए हमने न्यू एंड एडवांस टेक्नोलॉजी, आर्टिफिशियल इंटेलिजेंस, स्किल्स, एजुकेशन, साइबर सिक्योरिटी जैसे क्षेत्रों में सहयोग बढ़ाने पर विशेष बल दिया है। ई मोबिलिटी, फ्यूल सेल टेक्नोलॉजी, स्मार्ट सिटीज, इनलैंड वाटरवेज, कोस्टल मैनेजमेंट, नदियों की सफाई और पर्यावरण संरक्षण में सहयोग की नई संभावनाओं को विकसित करने का हमने फैसला किया है। इन क्षेत्रों में हमारा सहयोग क्लाइमेट चेंज के खिलाफ साझा प्रयासों में भी मदद करेगा। व्यापार और निवेश में अपनी बढ़ती हुई भागीदारी को और गति देने के लिए हम प्राइवेट सेक्टर को प्रोत्साहित कर रहे हैं। चांसलर मर्केल और मैं दोनों देशों के कुछ प्रमुख बिजनेस और इंडस्ट्री लीडर से मुलाकात भी करेंगे। हम जर्मनी को आमंत्रित करते हैं कि रक्षा उत्पाद के क्षेत्र में उत्तर प्रदेश और तमिलनाडु में डिफेंस कॉरिडोर में अवसरों का लाभ उठाएं। फ्रेंड्स, भारत और जर्मनी के विश्वास और मित्रतापूर्ण संबंध डेमोक्रेसी, रूल ऑफ लॉ जैसे साझा मूल्यों पर आधारित है। इसलिए विश्व की गंभीर चुनौतियों के बारे में हमारे दृष्टिकोण में समानता है। इन विषयों पर हमारे बीच विस्तार से चर्चा शाम को जारी रहेगी। आतंकवाद और उग्रवाद जैसे खतरों से निपटने के लिए हम बायलैटरल और मल्टीलैटरल सहयोग को और घनिष्ठ बनाएंगे। एक्सपोर्ट कंट्रोल रेजिम्स और विभिन्न अंतर्राष्ट्रीय मंचों में भारत की सदस्यता को जर्मनी के सशक्त समर्थन के लिए हम जर्मनी के आभारी हैं। दोनों देश सुरक्षा परिषद, संयुक्त राष्ट्र और अंतर्राष्ट्रीय व्यवस्था में अन्य आवश्यक सुधार शीघ्र कराने के लिए सहयोग और प्रयास जारी रखेंगे। योर एक्सीलेंसी, भारत जर्मनी संबंधों का भविष्य उज्जवल है। इसके लिए मैं एक बार फिर आपके कुशल नेतृत्व और हमारे सभी सहयोगियों बहुमूल्य सहकार्य के लिए धन्यवाद देता हूं। दानके शॉन, बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद।
Thank you, sir. It is now my pleasure to invite Her Excellency Dr. Angela Merkel, Chancellor of the Federal Republic of Germany, to deliver her statement.
Sehr geehrter Herr Premierminister, lieber Narendra Modi, ich freue mich, heute wieder einmal hier zu sein zu den 5. Regierungskonsultationen und möchte mich auch
I'm delighted to be back at the intergovernmental consultations. I would like to thank you personally and your ministers for the warm hospitality. Our two countries are linked by a strategic relationship and also friendly relations. During our visits and our meetings, I've learned a lot about India, although you can never learn enough because India is something like a continent that is so diverse in terms of cultures and traditions. And our visit with regard to the scope of the country is only a very brief one. But the memorandums of understanding show how broad our field of cooperation is, and the declaration that we have adopted illustrates it once again. We find different areas of cooperation in these documents, that is artificial intelligence and digital transformation. India has a huge potential here, especially when it comes to digitalization. But the development is very fast. Also when it comes to 5G and AI, it's a challenge. And if we work together, this would be a wonderful way of cooperation. It's also about trade, innovation, investment and knowledge. We know that our economic relations have increased. However, they could be intensified even more. I would like to commend the fact that due to we have a contact here in India, we can bring some cases where difficulties have occurred in terms of economic investments. We could really find help here quickly, and making India a modern industrialized nation, make it in India, is an endeavor that we have understood since India was the host country at the Hanover Fair. We have seen that you're really serious about this goal. We have discussed issues of education and research cooperation. We have a long tradition of cooperation in this field. 20,000 Indian nationals are studying in Germany. We would like to see even more. And especially when it comes to vocational training, we want to have an exchange of teachers too, which will help us to find the right teaching methods. It's a big part of our cooperation. We will be happy to engage in big infrastructure projects that you are envisaging and that you are developing further. In terms of sustainable development and climate protection, we intend to work together very closely. There are many areas, both in environmental areas like waste management, pure water, and also climate issues. India has a rather low CO2 footprint, but the future industrial development, of course, needs to be as sustainable as possible. 74 gigawatts of renewable energy is already here in India, and that's something that you have reiterated and moved forward again and again. I can only congratulate you on that success. We want to bring people together. This morning I spoke with representatives of women's associations working in many different fields. And I believe in the fields of equality, things can still be improved. The ability to work, childcare, women and their careers, also in science. I think these are fields where we can work together in the future too. And I think we will have the opportunity to work in other fields too, like football has been mentioned, but also the exchange of cultural goods will be fields where we really can bring people together and where people can learn more about the culture of the partner country. Germany can learn a lot about Indian culture. Indian culture is not as present in Germany as it should be. A big area also is agricultural cooperation, and the means of digitalization come in here too. Indian farmers are numerous. A big share of people works in the agricultural sector, almost 50%. And if you think about the 1 or 2% of the population or the working population in Germany who works in the agricultural sector, shows us that this is a major topic for India. Also, when it comes to post-harvest losses, I think our contribution can also be valuable to India. We have brought a business delegation with us, most importantly SME who want to start engaging in business in India. There is this strong will to do business in India, to be present in this growing market and also support that, but also make it a win-win situation for both countries, because in the economic sector we really want to benefit from each other, and in the on the state level we want to learn from each other. Defense, cyber and so forth are all areas of cooperation. There is a broad spectrum of cooperation. I would like to thank everybody involved for this excellent declaration that we can sign today. Thank you very much for your hospitality. We will have more occasions to meet today. I would like to remind us of the fact that Mahatma Gandhi was born 150 years ago. I was able to lay a wreath this morning, and I'm delighted to be able to visit the house he was raised in. And his peaceful revolution was inspiring for so many people all across the globe. The fact that I can stand here before you today is linked to the fact that on the 9th of November, 30 years ago, a wall came down in Berlin, or was opened, also on after a peaceful process. And that shows us that there are traditions that Germans and Indians can be very proud of.
Thank you all for joining.